Today I'm looking at stage bottle kits. The yellow tank that's strapped to my friend Jim is sometimes called a pony cylinder or a stage tank, which normally refers to a larger cylinder. This is an additional tank that's clipped off to the BCD for use in an emergency as an alternative air source, or it's used as part of the dive planning to extend the dive. Halcyon sell a stage kit for both the smaller 40 cubic foot and the larger 80 cubic foot tanks. The kit consists of a piece of rope, a bolt snap at the top, a rubber band, a piece of fuel line, another rubber band, and another bolt snap at the bottom. It also has a large hose clamp covered by tubular webbing. Let's strip the stage kit off my pony cylinder to get a better look at the individual components. The rubber bands are 25mm wide, sorry about the focus, by 190mm long, and about 1.5 mm thick. You get 2 rubber bands in the kit. The hose clamp is encased in protective tubular webbing. Pull the webbing back to access the screw. I'll take this apart to show you the individual pieces. They have used a stainless steel hose clamp made by Trident that fits 89 to 140mm in diameter. The tubular webbing around the hose clamp is 25mm wide by 410mm long. The worm drive outer cover is 32mm wide by 50mm long. The kit is sold fully assembled with a bolt snap at the top, then a section of fuel hose. The hose clamp sits between the 2 knots and there's a bolt snap on the bottom. The fuel hose is 3/8 of an inch or 9.52mm by 315mm long. The bolt snap is approximately 40mm wide by approximately 100mm long, made out of 316 stainless. The top bolt snap sits 75mm down from the cylinder boss. The tail loop is approximately 30mm long, and the knot to knot length is 360mm, which makes the centerline of the clamp 185mm up from the bottom of the 40 cubic foot cylinder. Now let's have a look at a do-it-yourself version. Good quality, large stainless steel bolt snaps are the most important item. You can buy the Halcyon bolt snaps for $27 each, which are the ones shown here. You could also look at a cheaper option. These Sonar bolt snaps are nearly half the price. Fuel hose can be bought from any auto retailer. If you buy it in bulk, cut a piece off 315mm long. Next you'll need a hose clamp big enough to suit your cylinder. For 40 cubic foot cylinders, get a hose clamp that will suit 127 to 152mm. There are 2 grades of stainless available, 304 and 316. Always use 316, it's only a couple of dollars more. Grab yourself some tubular webbing. Anything between 18mm and 25mm will do. Get a smaller amount of 32mm tubular webbing to cover the worm drive. Cut off 410mm of the smaller tubular webbing and slide it over the hose clamp. Don't forget to melt the ends with a match to stop the fabric fraying. Now grab the 32mm tubular webbing and cut off a piece 50mm long. Use a match to melt the cut ends of the tubular webbing to stop it from fraying. Slide the larger tubular webbing over the smaller tubular webbing and reassemble the clamp. Tuck the excess into the tubular webbing. Use 5mm polyester sash cord. This is a tight woven rope. You'll need 1.8 meters. I've looped one end and the tails are shown here at 900mm each. Stagger the length of the tails by 150mm. Thread the looped end through the eye of the bolt snap. Tie a knot to capture the bolt snap. Adjust the length of the loop until it's approximately 100mm long. Feed the long end of the rope through the fuel line. Tape the short tail to the long tail and pull the short tail through the fuel line. Once through the fuel line, remove the tape. Push the fuel line up against the top bolt snap. At the bottom of the fuel line, tie another knot in the rope. Grab the long tail and thread it through the eye of the bottom bolt snap. Tie a knot around the 2 ropes. Adjust the size of the loop to your liking. I prefer a smaller loop. Pull the knot down to allow a finger's width gap. Using the short tail, tie a knot around both ropes and snug up both knots. You can cut off the excess with scissors or a knife. Make sure you seal the ends with a flame. Alternatively, you can use a hot knife. Assemble the kit onto the cylinder. Orientate the rope directly in front of the valve outlet. I place the worm gear on the right hand side of the rope. Slide up the larger tubular webbing over the worm gear. Make sure both ends are well covered. Using a flathead screwdriver, tighten up the hose clamp while pulling the rope taut. In conclusion, would I recommend a store-bought kit like the Halcyon kit, or would I recommend the do-it-yourself method? If you've only got one to do, I'd probably go with the store-bought kit. It's pretty good value. If you've got a lot of stage kits to make, or if your funds are low, the do-it-yourself method can work out cheaper. Well, I hope this video has helped.